Hello! So, got another one for today that I'm just going to call Battle of the Buddies. So, in 3 and Silent Line respectively, there were two guys they would show up every now and then, but they seemed like the most down-to-earth friggin' people from their descriptions and how they show up. So, Apple Boy and the Experanza here on the left, they're pretty much the guy you start the game with. They constantly show up as backup, and generally they're just, well, kind of a cool guy. They end up stuck in their starter for an unusually long time, presumably none of their checks cashed or something. But yeah, they finally end up upgrading to this by the very end. It was kind of a minor upgrade, but they're actually pretty scary in what effectively amounts to a complete linear upgrade across the board. And then the hook here is from Rotation. They are more of a background character, but their whole idea is just they carry one of everything. And just sort of seemed like they would be that one friend that comes along on a trip with a backpack full of goodies that just somehow solve every single problem like some sort of amazing genius. Well, there they are. So, I've always been curious what would happen if these two fought it out. So let's see. As per usual, I like going to Rift Base. Frankly, the map with all the buildings on it, that would really favor the Experanza here. Just because it relies on its verticals so much. Like a huge part of its damage comes from its verticals. Its rifle's pretty good on dishing out heat. Its blade kind of sucks. Then other than that, it just has its verticals. Rotation's doing a good job of just kind of staying in cover there, but he's going to stop doing that. That wasn't on purpose. But they're both pretty hard-hitting, they're both pretty defensive. Just overall, they're pretty much all-rounders. Let's see how this looks from afar. Alright, so Hook completely missed. Truth be told, I don't really, one thing that always bugged me about Silent Line is how this AC gets killed off. Given how tanky he is, given how many weapons he has, and, well, quite frankly, that a couple of them are pretty much a perfect combo. He uses the left-arm howitzer, actually, instead of the grenade rifle that I'm using here. But that does not exist in this one. But he uses that and the 800 MG, which are pretty much, like, perfect throughout the entire game. There's, other than cost, which, by the way, if you can already afford them, honestly, you're probably good by that point. And by that, pretty much if you get to that point that you can have him, you should be golden. There's no reason for him to get killed off when and where he does, because that's basically a close quarter scenario in which having a very high DPS wall is, well, it's ideal. It's weird that he dies there. Even if he does run out of energy, a lot of them run into generator jammers and get killed off by those. I can't remember if he's one of the ones that does or not. I think he just ends up getting surrounded. But he's fine when surrounded. Target-rich environment and all that. And okay, they've both gone through all their stuff now. And it just kind of comes down to Rotation having more ammunition by the looks of it. Yeah, this would make for a good fight. Just depends on if the Experanza can get into blade range now. You probably need either one really good one, probably at a fast speed, or 2 or 3 decent ones. Yeah, if he's just getting glancing hits, it's going to take him a couple shots. Alright. Who's going to get it? Oh. Well, looks like Apple Boy on a technicality, but I'm sorry, I can't even count that one. That doesn't feel right. Let's go again. Someone's gotta actually win it. Now, for the reason that I don't count it there, yes, it was a technical win, but odds are pretty strong there that the Hook would have taken it, though technically the Experanza was the winner. I mean, it basically just comes down to the fact that you can't extend it past 3 minutes. This time I'm going to leave it on the cinematic camera, in hopes that it'll do its cool effects again. Basically, I just want to show it off at least once. You know, something aside from the sickening sideways camera that they thought was a good idea. And this one that looks very much like FA. As Hook continues to friggin' nuke this building for no apparent reason. Awesome. Wife just posted a thing on Facebook. It's how it feels raising a daughter, and there's just this little girl throwing a bundle of cash out the window. Where'd that nuke go? I'm feeling... Thanks to a camera angle game. That, you know, right there. When I thought robots fighting each other, what I really wanted to see was one of their shoulders in the middle of a fight. That's the action shot right there. Especially when the textures are god-awful. That's really when you want to be showing that. What's funny is that this is severely upscaled resolution, too. I think I have it set to like 4 or 5 times regular resolution. Like, it's not really gonna look any better than it does without some, I don't think that... Did I ever try the filters? Let me go start looking through the filters. Ooh, texture scaling. How does that look? Does it look better? I don't think so. Boom. 5 times! Yeah, apparently I had it set to the other game and not this one. And it doesn't want to show its weird, like, 9 window effect for some reason. I really don't think this looks any better. Alright. There's another AC, one of the loyal that he wanted to do. You know what? Again, it's the exact same thing here. Let me try a smaller map. Because I'm going to say on this map, Hook definitely takes it. He technically lost both fights, but no, he would have won. I'm very certain he would have won. Let's actually look behind someone this time. Very nice. Well, they both can get better use out of their weapons, hopefully they'll have higher DPS, and hopefully the fight will actually be able to end one way or another. It's weird. I would say that it favors, it kind of favors each of them in different ways. He can still hit with his missiles, but they can also, you know, they have a higher chance of hitting that little raised platform right there. This is apparently a freaking Pokemon arena. Actually, it would be really cool if they jumped down from that platform. But no, but it should be, yeah, Apple Boy has a much better chance of hitting with his blade, worse chance of hitting with missiles. Basically what it comes down to. And just got Royals AC here. Now, if he doesn't send an AC name, I'm probably just going to call it the Royal. But I kind of need to know who he needs to fight. We're getting a little bit of lag. Actually, come to think of it, those large missiles are much more likely to hit in this arena, too. On rotation. If this just ends the same way, I'm gonna say that, well, you know, while technically Appleboy's the winner, rotation is the actual more likely winner. Because yeah, he just ran out again. The problem is he has to get into blade range with something that's actively shooting at him while he's already at, you know, less than a third AP. He's not terribly likely to be able to actually close in and hit him all the times that he needs to. Just like the other two times, he still needs to get a solid 3 hits in order to be able to actually kill the guy. In this particular AC, his blade is pretty much just there as a backup. He's not really set up to use it properly. Alright, he just needs a couple good bursts, and then he would actually get the technical win, too. Yeah. So Hook is definitely the winner between these two. Don't care what the game says. That's BS, because it won't let me set a higher time limit. Oh well, thank you.